Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So last session we were learning about modules in Python, how to create user-defined modules I showed you, and we were seeing which are the built-in modules. Random module we learned, then regular expressions, RE module, how to use these functions that we learned there. The next another important module which we need to know here in Python is about date and time. Okay, so date, that is not a data type here in Python, but we can work with the date objects by importing the module names to date, time module is there, calendar is there. So all these modules we can use to generate a date. So at this current date and time, if you want to refer for your applications, then you have to use any of these modules to refer that values. Okay, so here we have considering in Python the time instance that are counted since 12 a.m. 1st January 1970. So the function time from the module time returns the total number of ticks spent since 12 a.m. 1st January 1970. So how many number of ticks or how many number of seconds is happened like that, we can generate that value by using which function? Time function. A tick can be seen as a smallest unit to measure the time. Okay, so from this time till now, how many ticks is happened or how many seconds is over, that value we are retrieving using this time function from the module time. That is an important function because always will not refer the time in the form of string. String form is what, how we are seeing here in this computer. It is 12 to 12 p.m. and the date it is showing like 1/31st 2022. That is in the string form of representation. But every time it is not representing the time in this form. If you work with any space centers, like if you want to launch any satellite, or if you want to launch any rockets, all that kind of things means there the time they are representing in the form of seconds only. Same how here ticks we are telling, so according to that only there they will represent the current time and date. So in that way, how we will use the representation of the time, we can retrieve that time of seconds using which function? Time function from the module time. That we will see how it is going to retrieve it. So if I want to use that module, import time, I'm not done in the form of programs and all. Directly we are doing in the shell window. Import time. Then we have time dot, the function name is also what? Time. So see, now it is showing as what? This many seconds is over. It's a float value it is showing for you. Okay. After 3 seconds, if you run this function again, you can see the differences there. Okay. So not in the form of minutes and all, it is in the form of seconds only. So how many ticks, that means how many seconds is over, that it is showing here. Again, you see time dot time. So see the differences. Okay. So this is current date and time we are representing in the form of seconds. Now here another function is there. If you want to retrieve the time as a string format, or what you want to know, which is the date, which is the month, which is the year, and which is the hours, which is the minutes. So you can use local time. One function is there of the time module that are used to get the current time in the form of tuple. Okay, you know what is the tuples and all. So they have created a built-in tuple which is representing the current date and time. So we'll see how the output it will come when I use that function time dot local time. So see, it's a built-in tuple. This struct underscore time, it's a variable which have this many values. So this is in the form of tuples only. You can see this parenthesis. Year value it is showing you. month is 1st and today's day is 31. How many hours means 14, 15 minutes. So all this full information it is showing for you. Okay. So this is how we are getting the current time in the form of a tuple by using which function? Local time. Again, this is very difficult to manage in an application and all. No, in an application, it is very difficult. So what we can do is we can represent that one in a formatted way. That is, we are using this ASC time. So time can be formatted by using this ASC time function of the time module. It returns the formatted time for the time tuple being passed. So how we have to use is time dot ASC time. For that argument is time dot local time. So local time anyway it will create the time value. That one we are formatting using which one? ASC time function. Okay. So see, now I got this information. So as a string format, we got the full information. So first inner bracket is working. So local time is it will generate like this format. From that we are doing the formatting using which function? ASC time function. So you can generate like this. Okay. Now here time dot ASC time. If I want to get the time value, see here what I did is formatted time only, but I have passed in the form of what? Seconds there. So again, it is showing you an error. It is not working. So I want to get the time in the formatted manner. So time I represented as a string value. So see, we have another function, seed time one function is there. For that also here I'm using this function value like this. So see, when I use ASC time to get the time of the floating point value which I have passed there, it is showing me an error because that time it is not working with that value which I have passed. Okay. But if I want to pass like this, a value which is in a floating point manner, that means the time value only, seconds format, you want the formatted value for that. So which function we have to use is seed time function. Okay. So seed time function, whatever value, seconds value here we have passed, according to that seconds, what is the date, time, year value, everything it is showing for you. Okay. So here we have seen now current time, how many seconds is over means this it was showing the number like this. According to that, I have just passed a value. This is one value which I have passed to which function seed time. So when this seconds is over, when this particular time instance was there, this many seconds is over like that. So it generated this time value for you. Okay, clear? So this is important functions inside the time module. Time dot time function we can use to get the time value in the form of seconds, and local time it generate the current time in a tuple structure. And if you want a formatted time, we can use ASC time. For that argument is what? That local time function we have to give. And if you want seconds value to be passed to the function and you want a formatted time means we'll use which function there? Seed time function we have to use it. Okay. So these are important things. Now another important method from the time module is sleep method. So sleep method of the time module is used to stop the execution of the script for a given amount of time. The output will be delayed for the number of seconds provided as a float. So you can specify how many number of seconds to be post that execution, or how many number of seconds we need the delay of execution. We can specify that seconds value. Okay. Then if that many seconds is over means automatically it resumes the execution for you. That is which method? Sleep method. We can use it there. Okay. See here the program. See here, what I'm doing is imported the time, and we are using the sleep function for how many seconds? 10 seconds. So after 10 seconds only, now we are executing which one? Welcome. So here I have one more statement. You think like that. Print. Welcome to time module. After this, we are telling delay the execution for some 10 seconds. After that only next line to be executed. Okay. So that is this program. You can run and see the output. First statement got displayed. After that, we have a delay. After 10 seconds only, it will execute which one? The next line, that is welcome value. Okay. And that none yi got means this sleep method by default, it return a value what? None value. So only that none also got displayed there. Then the remaining statements from your program, that is only one line, that welcome also got executed there. Okay. Clear? Any doubt? Okay. So this is about your time module. And next we have date time module is there, which enable us to create custom date objects, and it performs the operations on the dates. Okay, so how this date time it is working is, so if you want to get a date time object, which is representing the current time, then import which one? Date time module, we have to import it. And what we have to tell? Date time dot date time. That is only the current object reference. And to get that value, reference value, if you want to display and show that now one method is there, that one we are using. Okay. So how the date object we are referring? By using which one only? Date time. Again, we are writing means that is a reference for your date object. First date time, it is telling what? That is the module name dot. From there, you are referring the current date and time using which name again? Date time, that is your object name dot. Which method we are using now? So it will show you the current date and time. Okay. So see this program execution. So we'll run. So see, now it is showing in this form. So the seconds, it is in the form of a decimal value only. Okay. So what is the date and what is the time? In the form of decimal value, it is showing for you. Clear? This is using date time module. Okay. Now here, one more thing is there. We can return a date time object for a specified date. So you can pass some values to that object date time, and you can create it. So date time, that is your module name dot date time, one function is there. Here you are specifying what is the date value. So according to this, it generates the value for you. So according to the time which I have specified, that it is showing the output in this format. Okay. time anyway I have not told there. So by default, it is showing that hours, minutes, seconds, all in each form zeros. So I hope everyone understood how to create the date and time. So using the time module, we can create it. For that local time, one method is there. Then ASC time is there. I showed you C time also. Time function, what it is doing, generating the time, or it is showing that time in the form of seconds. From January 1st, 1970 till now, how many seconds is over, that it is showing the current date and time. Okay, using which function? Time function. Okay, that value also important. It is from January 1st, 1970 till now, how many seconds is over, that it is displaying for you. Okay. Now here we learned how to create date object using which module? Date time module. So date time module we used there first for what purpose is generating the current date and time. So object is referred using date time dot now. One method is there, using that one we can generate it, or else you can pass any object, date object value in this format. First year, then month, then date. So that is a format there. Hours, minutes, second, that is also a format. So if you pass in that way the values, it will generate the, and it will show you that in the string format. Okay. And how the sleep method is working. If you want to make any delay of execution, not only for the time generation, if you want to make your program execution a delay, then we can use which function? Sleep function. It accepts the value in the form of seconds. After that particular amount of seconds, automatically it resumes the execution. Okay, that is only the sleep method. Now we have another module, that is calendar module. We can use that calendar module to print the current year calendar, or any which year calendar you want, you can print it. Particularly a month, if you specify, that also we can display it using which module? Calendar module. You can see here output. See here I'm showing with the import calendar. That has a method. We are telling print the calendar for this particular month of this particular year. Okay. So see, I got the calendar value, but not in a formatted way again. Okay. All the values it is showing, but not in a formatted way. So if you want to display the same thing in a formatted way, so we can use this calendar dot PR month of which value? The same year value you can specify 2021, 3. So see, it shows you the output in this format. Okay, that is the differences. Both values and all same only. Output is the March month calendar only, it is displaying for you, but it is not in a formatted way. So that we can display using which method? PR month method is there, that you can use it there. Okay, this is one thing. The full year calendar, if you want, you can display it. 2022. So see, I used a function calendar from the module calendar, and we have passed here 2022 as the value. Okay, so 2022 full year calendar only it is showing for you. Again, this is not in a formatted manner. So if you want a formatted value, so we have here same, the module is calendar dot PRCAL. That function name is PRCAL. Specify that year value. So I'll get this formatted. Okay, the full year calendar only it is showing for you. This month, each month separately it is showing for. So is this clear? So this and all you can use when it is required in your application. Okay. So if you want to show that if one button or something, if you click, it will show the full year calendar means then I can use this kind of methods, these methods which is built in there in this calendar module. Okay. One more method is there. Commonly used thing only I'm showing here. Calendar dot is leap is there. We can check whether a year value is a leap year or not. So this one 2012 is a leap year. So it is showing what output true. We can check the current year 2022 is a leap year or not. So now it is showing what? False. 2022 anyway, it is not a leap year for it. So like this is leap one method is there. We can use that method to find whether the year value or the value which I have passed is a leap year or not. Okay. So all these things is available in the calendar module. So I hope everyone understood about the calendar module. We have this mainly I can use this month function or can use it or this calendar function which will display the year calendar and one it will display the particular month value only. You want a formatted way means it's better to use which one? PRCAL one function we can use to print the whole year calendar or PR month one method function is there that I can use to print the single month calendar value in a formatted way. And I showed you here this e-sleep method is there that you can show to work with or to check whether it is a leap year or not. Okay. So this is the commonly used built-in modules. The other modules and all I'll show you by learning other concepts and all. So many built-in modules are available that also I'll show you. Okay. Now here we are going to learn about file management. Another important concept here. Okay, so what do you mean by file management? Why we need file? What is file? It is a storage place where you are storing your information permanently. Okay, we know this PPT also. Now all these slides I am showing you because I have saved it permanently before only. So only I am able to show this content for you. So like this information, if you want to store permanently, we can create the files. Okay, we all knows how to create different types of files. Some documentation files we can create it. Normal text editor I can use. That is nothing but our notepad file you can create. Word documentation is there, PDF files are there, image files, audio files, video files, like that different types of files are available. So what is the basic concept of file? We are storing some information permanently. Okay, again we know how to save a file, how to create this kind of files and all. Then why I need to learn that file management or how to create a file, how to store the content inside a file in a programming languages. So those who have learned C language, C++ and all, there also we have file management. If you are learning Java, then also we'll get a file management. If you are learning Python, see now we are learning what file management there. So what is the need of learning a file handling here in Python language? Okay, we know we'll create files, Python source files and all we are creating. This programs and all we created, we given some names and we saved that with .py extension. Okay, to view the output, we know here we have a run button. We'll click on that one, run module. It is showing the output here. If I close this shell window, what is happening to the output which I got there in that output window? That also going, right? That is not storing anywhere. So the situation is whatever output I got in my shell window, that output I want to store somewhere permanently. Okay, it is not need to ignore that outputs and all. I want that output which I got in my shell window to be saved there some location permanently. Then I have to use which one there? File system to be used in your programming languages also. Then only we can tell no to which location, what type of files to be created, how to store the content from the shell window to that file location, which we have specified there. So only file management is important in all programming languages. Or you can think a real-time example. See, this is a software. PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, we are telling, right? How they have created this one. Behind each action, we have a coding part, right? A programming language they would have used, some coding part is working. Okay, if I click on this file, if you click on this open button, what is happening? We all knows when I click here, it will ask which location you want to go. If I click on this browse, it will open this open dialog box for you. You all knows this one. From this, which is the location, it will show you here. We will select whatever values we want, or whatever file name or whatever folder name is there. We'll select that particular folder and we'll select this open button, or we'll click on this open button. So what is happening? The file, existing file which I had there, that file content it is showing for the user. Okay. And if I have a new file which I have opened, if you click on save or save as option, what actually it is doing? Again, it will ask which is the location you want to do. So it will ask us to save in a particular location. Okay, we can select the location value. And the next thing is what? Give a file name. We'll give the proper extension, what type of files to be created. Then we have a save button there. If you click on the save button, what actually it is doing? The location which I have selected there, a new memory space is created for that new file. And the file is created with that particular extension. That means that particular type of the file is created. That is .txt means it is a notepad file get created. .docx means documentation type. .jpg means it is creating an image file. .mp3 means it is an audio file, like that, and all different file have their proper extension. So according to that, a new file is created when you click on the save button. Okay, to perform this action, we need a coding part, no? So what coding part we need here? When I click on the open button, what actually it is doing? Some existing file will be there. From that content it is reading and showing for the user. If I click on the save button, what action it is performing? You creating a new file, and whatever content we have in that particular window, that content to be saved to where? To that new file location. Okay. So writing information to the file and reading information from the file. So writing and reading. File input and output operations. That is only actually here it is working. So if you want to create any this kind of softwares, then we should know what, how to perform this file input and output operation, because user wants to store some information permanently. Then we have to implement that also, right? So that is what we are learning in a programming language, file management. Okay, file management is very important. You should know how to manage or how to create files using your program logic. Okay, so that one here we are going to learn according to Python syntax, how to create a file, how to store information to the file. So normal standard input and output functions, we know. We have the print function, we have the input function. What actually it is doing? From your console window, that is nothing but your output window, it is reading some value and storing to the variable locations. And if I do the output operation, what it is doing? Whatever value we are trying to display there, that it will get saved in that locations. Okay, so that is what the standard input and output operations it is doing there. So now here we are learning file input and output operation. That meaning from the locations or from the output window or from a file, we are saving some content into a new file locations. And from an existing file, how to read a value. So there also input and output operations we want. So file output operation means storing information to the file. File input operation is reading information from the file. Okay, so that one here we are going to learn. So that is the point. Here we have an important role here in file management, that when the data needs to be stored permanently into a file, we have to use which one? File management. So file is a named location on disk to store related information. We can access that stored information after the program termination also. So in Python, files are treated in two different modes. We can create a text files or we can create a binary files. What is the examples for text files? Our normal editor, character oriented editor type of things. text editor type of things all comes under which one? Text files. Binary files examples is audio files, video files, images and all comes under binary system, binary files only. So that's what the file may be in a text or a binary format, and each line of a file is ended with a special character. Okay, so all these things is important. What is file management or what is file handling means? We have to open a file, then either any of these operations we have to perform. Either you can read from the file or you have to write into the file. After performing this operation, we have to close the file. So open once we have done means we need to close the file also. According to Python syntax, how we are going to open a file in your program. Okay, so it has a function which one open function which accepts two arguments. One is a file name and another one is an access mode in which the file is accessed. So while opening, we have to tell for what purpose we are opening the file, whether you are storing some information or whether you want to retrieve any information from the file. That is only what mode in which the file is accessed. The function returns a file object. A file type of object it is returning, which can be used to perform various operations like reading and writing. So when I open this file in that particular mode, that it returns a file object. That file object we are using to do the file operations like reading, writing, or any kind of operations if you want. We are using this file object to perform that one. Finally, we have to close it. Okay. So mainly these are the file modes, read, write or append. Okay. We have other modes also like this. So R letter if you specify, that is what reading mode. It opens the files to read only mode. That means you can just retrieve the content. We cannot store anything to that file when it is in R mode. The file pointer exists at the beginning. We need a pointer variable there. That means which is pointing to that particular file where it should be stored the information. So we need a pointer variable. So when I opened a file for reading operation, the file pointer where it will be at the beginning. And the file is by default open in this mode if no access mode is specified. So inside that open function, if you have not specified what is the mode of operation, then by default your interpreter consider that is in reading mode only. Now RB, it is telling what? It is opening the file in binary format. Only R if you specify that is in text format. RB, it is for your binary format. And we have R plus, that means it opens the files to read and write both. Again, that is beginning of the file only, the file pointer will be existing. RB plus means both reading and writing operations in the binary format, we can do it. Okay. And next one is W. It opens the file to write only. That means I cannot retrieve any content, only storing operations we can do or writing operations we can do. It overwrites the file if previously exists or creates a new one if no file is exist. So in that location, what I have specified, there already a file is existing means with the same name and with the same extension, then it overwrites the existing file. Or else if the file is not existing there means it creates a new file for you. Okay. And the file pointer again, it will be where at the starting of the file only or beginning of the file only, the file pointer will be. Similar to R, we have here also WB, W plus, WP plus. So B, it is indicating that is writing operation we can do in the binary format. W plus means file it is opening to write and read. Okay. It is opening the file for writing mode and reading mode. Both we can do with the single object. But first writing operation we have to perform, then only the reading operation. In R plus, first it is reading, then writing. In that way. WB plus it is indicating what? Writing and reading both in binary format. Now what is A means? It is opening the file in appending mode. It exists at the end of the previously written file if it is exist, or else it creates a new file if no file exists with the same name. There also we have AB, A plus, AB plus. Okay. So I hope everyone understood. These are the access mode. So once all the operations are done on the file, we must close it through which one? Scripting things using which method? Close method. So the file object dot close one method is there that you can use it to close your file. So that is also compulsory. See, once you open a file, after doing the operations, that can be a writing operation or it can be a reading operation, then compulsory we have to close the file, otherwise we may lose the data. Okay, so close method also we have to use in our program. And what are the methods which we use to do the operations, reading and writing operations? So write method is there, which is used to write or store information to the file. And we have read line, read lines method, which are used to read or retrieve the information from the file. And another methods are tell and seek. Tell method, which is used to get the current file position, and seek method is used to set the file pointer to a specified position in the file. Okay, so these things, programs, we will see how we are going to create a new file through our program. Okay, it is not graphically how we are going to create a new file. So this is one program. Here I'm doing only one operation, writing operation. Okay, together we can do in a single program, but I'm showing different programs. Okay, one only writing, another program I'll show you that is only doing the reading operation. Like that, I'll show you the programs. See here, first what we have to do is use your open function, and there it will take two arguments. One is the file name and another one is what? The mode of operation. So if you want to create a new file, then which mode of operation we have to do is W. That is only best thing. A appending mode will not use always, because that is just for altering the file content only. Existing file, if you want to add more data or more information to the file, then only we will use which one? A mode, appending mode. Otherwise, it is always using which access mode? W mode, for creating a new file. Okay, so we used here an open function, and here we have told the path in which location I want to create the file. So here I'm telling that my drive is Z drive here. In your system, you have different drives and all. In which location you want to create, according to that, you have to change this program. So here I'm telling it is Z drive and colon. The path we have to specify properly. So it is a backslash we are using path. So inside the Z drive, we are creating which one? Mine.txt. So I'm creating a text file. So only txt extension we have given. If you are telling we want to create with the .docx, then it will create a not word file for you. If you are writing .pptx, it will create a PowerPoint. Again, if you are typing the extension as .jpg or png, it will create an image file for you. So it depends what extension you are creating. According to that, it shows you that one. Now this is the information here I'm telling. Okay. Now, if this path, everything is proper, and the extension, what you have mentioned, everything is proper, means it will create a memory space there for this particular file with that extension. That means that file format is created there. And it is returned as which one? As a file object F. So F is a file object name which I created. You can give any name for your file object. That's it. Now this F is pointing or F is referring to that location in the Z drive mine.txt. Now to that location, some operations if you want to perform. Okay. Now the access mode here I have told is what? W mode. That means writing operation. So if the file is existing, it will override with the file. Or if the file is not existing, it creates a new file with the same name. And now it is opened for writing operation. That is the meaning of that mode. So how to store information or how to write information to the file? We have here a write method. Okay. So F dot write. This is the information I want to store in the file. And one more line I want. So F dot write again we are using. This is the second information you want to store there. And here I'm printing a message what? Successful. Only that much I want to tell to the user whether he had done it properly or not. And last what? After completing your operations like writing or reading, we closed the file. So F dot close function is used. Okay. This 3 lines I'll explain it later. Now we will see the execution with those lines. Okay. So run and see. So when I execute that file, only what output I'm getting? Successful. All other things is working in the background. Okay. So that in it, nothing it will show in your output window because we are telling to create a file and storing information to the file. That's it. This is for our information. We are printing these messages, whether it has done everything properly or not like that. Okay. Now it's meaning in that particular location, which I have specified there, the file got created. Okay. Now we will see here. I'm opening the file explorer. And this is my Z drive. Here we have told here the file which is created with mine. So you can see this text file got created. It's a notepad file. Okay. You can see the date and time. Today's date. The time is just now when I executed my program, 2:51 p.m. You can just open this file. So what is the content? The content which I have stored from my program. So the file got created plus whatever we have told to store into the file, that content also got saved directly into the file. Okay. So we are done now. Which operation? Save operation. So in your file or in your any documentation type of software, we have a file menu. In the file menu, we have what option there? Save option will be there. So if you select the save, how this is working? So background of that one, if you are using Python, what kind of code we have to write it there? Okay, clear these things? Any doubt? So what is the syntax we have learned here? First, we have to use the open function. Then we have to specify there are 2 arguments mainly. If you want to create a new file and you want to store something to the file, then we have to use which mode? W mode we have to use it. And first argument is what? The file name. So file name, directly you can give the file name without specifying the path. Then where it will get saved? Where your program is saved, where this Python program file is saved, in the same location, now this file also will get saved. So only here I specified with a path. Again, it is not compulsory to give the path and all. See, if you want in the same location, you can ignore this line. You can just write only the file name and this mode. Okay. This is clear. Now, how to store the information? We used which function there? Write function is used. Okay. Now here you can print these informations also. These all are different attributes for that file objects. Okay. Built-in attributes like a variable's names you can think. Built-in. So here f dot mode. This particular object f, now it is opened in which mode of operation that it will refer. Okay. And we can just take whether the file is closed or opened. Anyway, after f dot close only, I'm using which function, which attribute? Closed attribute. So it will show you what? true. If the file is not closed, then this closed attribute, it will show you what output false. So it is a Boolean type of attribute, either true or false only it will take. And name indicates right now this file object, it is referring to what file name or which file it is referring. That name it will show you. Okay. See this output. So what it is showing? W is the mode of operation here we are doing. And after f dot close method only, I used this attribute. So it is showing it is closed, true. So then which is the file name we have opened here? That is inside the Z drive, mine.txt. So is this clear for everyone? Any doubt? Now here, this is writing operation we have performed. We can do reading operation also. So that means you are opening an existing file and the content of the file we are showing in our output window. So it can be any file, you can open it. Okay, here I'm showing with the same file, that is mine.txt only. Same function only, using which one? Open function. And first argument is what? Again the location and the file name, but mode of access is changed. That is what? R. Okay, before it was W, because you are creating there a new file. Now it is which mode? Existing file you are opening and you are showing the content for the user. So that I can use in different ways. Okay. So first one is how to use with read. So f dot read is the first method. How to use that one? So previously the file we created, that is mine.txt, the same file only now I'm opening. But the difference is what? The content I'm showing in my output window. Okay, see that text editor window which I have opened, I have closed that also. Now that is not opened. Without that also it will work. No need to open the file and keep. You just run this module and see. So it is showing what? This is the content which I have saved before to that particular file. Now that it is reading from that file location and showing to you in your output window. Okay, so this is what type of logic? When you click on the open button in a file menu, then what it is doing? Selecting the existing file name and all. Content of the file it is showing for your user. Okay, same thing it is working here also. Okay, now this is with read. So the whole content of the file we got it. Now you can see here how to use read in a different way. So this I have commanded f dot read of. Here I'm telling some argument. Okay, directly you can give the read function inside the print, or else you can store that one into one variable s equal to f dot read. Then you can print that s value. Both are same only. Okay, now here difference is what? The first time when I used the read method, I have not passed any values there. But see, second time, same method only we are using. But here I have passed there what? 10 as a number. So it's meaning from the file, read only 10 characters. Okay, no need to read the whole content from the file. You want to read only from the beginning till 10, only that many characters only you need. So only that much it will show you. See the output. Okay. So this is the content. The full content we got it. But next time we are telling we want only this many characters to be read. So we have given the number of characters. How many number of characters to be accessed. Okay. So that is only this execution. Now you see here. read line is there. Okay. So now how read line is working. So what is output we got? The first line from the file. So at a time it is able to use only one line. So read line, if you specify, it will read line by line only. Okay, one more time if I use f dot read line means second line it will show for you. So like that only it will work. So if you want to read the entire file content means if you are using read line, then you have to use with your looping statement because the same statement only repeating, but every time different lines only it will show means you have to give each one a for loop to be given. Then you can read the file content using which method? Read line method, or else read method only you can use it. Okay, both anyway same only. Okay, but only one line if you want means it is better to use with which one? Read line method. Now the whole file or the all lines if you want to read, then we have read lines method is there. So s is equal to f dot read lines. So here how it will work means all the lines from the file it will read and the output it will show in the form of list. Okay, that only the differences, otherwise no other changes. You see, we had two lines, but the output it is getting in which format? The content of the file, line by line it is showing. The first line is one item in the list, comma, the next line is another item in the list. Clear? Okay. So these two are the main important programs. So first program what we learn? How to create a new file and how to store this information to the file using which method? Write method. So which function we used? Open function is used, and here we have opened with the particular access mode. So here W if you specify its meaning, that is for the writing mode, and write method is used to write the information to the file. Once the operation is completed, we need to close the file using close method. And for this file object, we have different attributes: mode, closed, and name. Okay, so any of these attributes we can use. Closed, it is working with Boolean type, either true or false it is doing. Okay. Then next is which one? Mode is there. Then another one is name. And here in this program, I showed you how we created or we accessed a existing file by specifying which mode of operation, R mode. That time also we used which function only to open a file? Open function only. Same file name I have specified here, which I created previously. Only mode of operation got changed. And how to read the values from the file? These are the ways. Okay, we will not use all these things together. Any one is enough. So only one by one I showed, and if I'm using read lines, all other things I have commented because of that only. If you use all these things together in a single program, it will not work because it is not required actually. Any one type is only enough. So if I use read without passing any value, the whole file content it will show for you. Or else you want to specify only this many characters to be accessed, only from this point to that point only you want to access it, then we can use which one? Read function only. You can specify how many number of characters. Another way is what? Using read line. So from the file, it can only read line by line only. That means at a time only one line it is able to read. Okay, read lines means the whole lines it can read from the file, and the output it will show in the format of what? As a list. That is the differences. Okay, now here we have another program. Here it is reading the file content, same file only. We can read the file content without using the method read. So this time what I'm doing, a for loop is used there. Okay, no read method, no other methods also for retrieving the file content. Only what we have done, we have opened the file and we have told the what is the file name and which mode of operation. So here only you have told it is in the reading mode. Now for line, that is a variable, our looping variable, membership operator, and from where we have to refer that from the file object. That means F is pointing to this particular location. So it's meaning from that location, take each line. Okay, so that it will iterate to that file objects and all, and it will take that value from the file and we are displaying. So we used a for loop. Why? Because we don't know how many contents are there, how many number of lines are there in that particular file. So you want to extract all the lines. So only a for loop is used there. Click on run and run module. So see, you got the file content again. Okay. So there is again no difference in the output wise. Either you can use the read method or read line or read lines. Read lines, if I use, output difference is there, what it is showing in a list format, and read line is what it is showing only one line at a time, and read if I use the whole content. So this for loop accessing and accessing using the read method, both are similar. Okay, clear? Now another way to create a file that we have using a keyword with. Okay, so with open, you have told there that the same thing only, mine.txt in W mode, and there we have told this as an encoding format also. UTF is Unicode text format in 8 bits. There is a meaning of that one, 8. And how the file object we have referred using another keyword as F. This is also one syntax which we can use it there. So if you want to perform with some kind of encoding type of things, then we can use what? This syntax using with keyword and as keyword. So in that, what is the differences you see? First the keyword with, then our function open. First argument for the function is what? Your file name, including the location we can give it. Next is mode of operation. And the next one, encoding, like that one attribute we have specified. That why? Because in a real-time situation, it is not always working with ASCII code system. ASCII, when it will work, where English as a language standard, only there ASCII is working. In other countries, it is different. In China, it is in Chinese letters we have. There we don't have English as a language standard, right? So then also the same logic should work there. So it's better now we refer using which one? Unicode. Unicode is again a character encoding system which is able to represent world's almost written languages. Okay, so only we have told there Unicode text format. So if I specify like this, according to their language standards, automatically these all things will get changed. So we no need to write again the coding for their language standard, because I have already specified that as what? UTF format, Unicode text format. UTF is Unicode. Okay, Unicode text format, and that 8 there indicates 8-bit format. You can give 16-bit, you can give 32-bit, like that. How many bits we are specifying, according to that memory representation it will do, and we can convert to that things. Okay, as the object name, that is what? F. Same actions what we are doing is F dot write. Okay, and here I'm printing what? Successfully created, like that, a message I'm printing. Already the file is created, no? So I'm just changing that one into new file. So new file.txt here we are telling. That's it. Run and see. So it is showing again what message? Only successfully created. You can see in your Z drive. I have here Uh, so see, this file is created here. So you can see the same content only we have stored from there so that it is showing for. So I hope everyone understood what is the file management, how we can create a file, how we can read the file content, and how we can read the file content only with a for loop. And here it is telling how to open that one in a Unicode text format, or how to create a new file with a text format conversion. So that is the syntax we have to follow like this, with open and this file name. Encoding also we have to tell it there, Unicode text format, and we have to write it. Okay. And here in this program, we are telling about the file pointers. So in a file, it is not always at the starting. If you want to start from the middle position, because we know when we opened a file, always the cursor will be at the starting of the file only. Okay. So any file if you open in a real-time situation, any file if you open, always the cursor will be at the starting. But you want to change that cursor position. You want to start from a different location in your file. Suppose sometimes you want to start from the last. So the cursor should be at the end, or at middle position you want to do something. Then if I click on there, the cursor should start from that position like that. So how to set the file pointer cursor positions, or how to get the current file position value. Okay, where actually now the cursor is situated, that values and all, if you want to know the position values, we'll use which one? This file pointer functions. So mainly we have seek function is there, tell function is there. These are the two main functions which we used here as a file pointer function. So the same file here I'm opening. Okay. And here I opened in which mode? R plus mode. So it's both we can perform using the same object, which one? FH. Okay, same file object that we are telling, we can use it for both reading and writing. That is what RB, R plus. First, we are reading the content. Okay, so either you can read the full content, so that I just commented here, or else now see I'm reading only how many characters? 10 characters, and that value here I'm printing here. After printing or after reading the 10 character, now where the cursor will be? It will be placed on the 10th character. Correct. The cursor will be standing on the 10th character. So if you want to get, or if you want to know what is that file position value, we are using which function there? Tell function. And that tell, it will retrieve the current file position value, and we are storing in this variable position, printing the value here. Okay. Now we are repositioning the value. So from now it is in the 10th character. You want to again start from the beginning. So how we can do it? So the cursor should move to the beginning means we'll use which function there? C. And here we have told 0, 0. Okay. So that two arguments it will take. So if from is set to 0, it's meaning use the beginning of the file as a reference. And if I set 0, 1, then it meaning use the current position as the reference position. And if you write 0, 2, then it's meaning use end as the current position. So like this, C can take three values mainly: 0, 0, or 0, 1, and 0, 2. 0, 0, if you specify in the seek, it's meaning the file position to be to where? To the beginning of the file. Okay, so that it means it will reposition the cursor to the beginning. Or else if you specify there 0, 1 means take the current position as a reference value. Where now the cursor is standing, take that position value only. Okay. Next, if you specify there 0, 2, it's meaning move to which location? To the end of the file, or to the last position value we have to take as a reference. That is the seek function values. Okay. Now here you see till this much we have done, and here we are telling to reposition that to the beginning. After repositioning, now we are asking what is the current position number. Okay, so that value again we are displayed it. Now again reading function we are using. So now where is the cursor means we have told to go to the first location. So from the first one, again reading the content, only how many characters? 5 characters, and that value also here I displayed it. Okay. Now to take the current position, how the seek we have to use? Seek 0, 1. What is the position value we will see by using which one? Tell, and printing the value here. Next, here I used there seek. So seek means again setting the position. But what is the values here? 0, 2. So it's meaning from the current position, move the cursor to the last of the file, 0, 2. Then what is the position value we are printing? If it went to the last position, what is the value? And here the value is displayed. Now the cursor is at the end. So we are doing a writing operation. What is the content? I'm printing a hello value. Okay. Printing in the way I told, it is storing the information to the file. Okay. So here R plus we have told, that means till this many times, this much time we have done as what? As a reading operation, plus the same object I can use it for what also? Writing operation also. Again repositioned that one to where? To the beginning of the file. Now I am reading the whole content of the file. Okay, just want to see whether whatever value last I have added, whether it got saved in that location or not, like that. So just displaying all the content, and last only I closed the file. The program is like this. Just I'm showing you how the tell, seek and all working. And for that I have opened this particular file which we created previously. In which mode? R plus mode. So R plus means first we need to perform reading operation, then only writing. Okay. And how this tell is working and how this seek is working. Okay, we'll run and see. So you can see here, this is the output. We know what is the content of that mind.txt. Welcome to Python programming demo for that. That was the content there. So here, first we are reading how many characters? 10 characters. So this output I got as what? This much only the output. Okay. Now, next, how many values we are reading? Before that, here we have told what is the current position value. So tell function. So now how after reading 10 characters from the file, the cursor will be at the 10th position. So file position value is what? 10. Okay. Next is seek I have used to reposition that one to where? To the beginning. So from the 10th location, we are telling move to which one? To the first location. So the position value now change it to what? 0. Okay. Now from that location, we are telling to read how many characters only? Only 5 characters to be read. So only this much it is showing for you. Now what is the current file position? Because after reading 5 characters, the position value is what? 5. After that, we have told there to reposition that one to where? To the last, to the end of the file. So the end of file, the current file position, it is showing what? 64. And now the cursor is at the end position. There we have told to add a new content, which one? Hello. So a new information is added to that file position, hello. After that, again repositioned that one to the starting. So again the cursor went back to where? Beginning of the file. From the beginning, we are reading the whole content of the file using which method? Read method. So see, it is printing all the things, including this last value which I have added there. Okay. So you can do some editing work by specifying this kind of cursor positions and all by using this seek and tell. So seek is used to set a file position and tell is to get the current file position. Okay. And how the seek is working? 3 values it can take. Seek 00 indicates reference file pointer reference is from the beginning only, and 0, 1 means take the current location as the reference value. 0, 2 indicates what? That is from the last, like that. Okay, take the current position as the last position value. Is this clear for everyone? Any doubt? So this is about file management here in Python. How to do the file management? We have open function. Once the file is open, you can perform the file operation. Either you can write information to the file or you can read information from the file. For that, we have built-in methods for the file object, write method and read method. And read, I can use read line, and read lines also I can use. Again, same in the read method, we can specify how many number of characters to be read in that particular point. That also we can specify it there. And we learned how to read the file content without using the read method. Only we used which one? A looping statement only we have used it there. That also possible. And here, this is file pointer functions. Okay, seek function and del function. How this is work. Okay, I hope everyone understood. Okay. Now, if you want to delete a file which we created like this, so all these actions we have performed through the programs only, right? So again, through our program, how we can delete a file which we have created, or how to rename a file which we have created there. Okay. So for that, we have built-in functions available in the OS module. Okay, OS is a built-in module which we have. So inside the OS module, we have one function is rename method is there. Another one is remove method. So how to use that methods? We have to specify which module it belongs to. So that is from OS module. So OS dot rename we have to use it, and OS dot remove we have to use it to delete any file. Okay. Program we will see. So in this, we'll show in the shell window only. So import OS. Now OS dot rename. So we have our file now which we have created, mine.txt, comma. This is the old name, comma. You have to give the new name. So same location. Does it right? .txt. I think that is opened. So only this files and all I have closed it. That is being used like by another process like that. It is telling. So only it is not able. See, wait 1 second. We'll open another window. This one. Yes. A new file is created. So import OS dot rename. First one is subtract new file dot txt, comma. So now we got again the prompt only. It's meaning the file name got changed there. See here in this we had new file. Now that I have changed it, see that got changed with what name? File new. Okay, so the same you can see here what is the date and time. When we created that one 310, now we just change its name like this, file new. That's it only. Okay, so that is which method? Rename method, but that is inside the module OS. So how to use like this? OS dot rename like this, we have to use it. Okay, now another method from the OS module is what? Import dot OS dot remove. If you want to delete any file, we can use which method? Remove method we can use. So which is the file to be removed? So I am removing the same file which we created here. So now the name is file new dot txt. Okay. Again, no other things it will show. It will show again the prompt only. Error is there means it will show you the error messages and all. Okay. So now what it is showing is, we'll see here in this Explorer. See in that location, now I don't have that particular file because that file got removed from that location. Okay, so this is about what? Your file management. Now using this OS module, you can create directories. So directory is nothing but folders. So through the program, we have managed how created a new files, how we have stored the content to the file. Same manner, you can create the folders also. Okay, so for that we have methods here in this OS module. os.mkdir one method is there. Using that one, we can create a new folder. Directory is nothing but folder only. So you can create a new folder there. So here where you want to create it. Again, you can see, you can tell the location. So in the inside the Z drive, this is one folder I want to create. So folder means it's just a location only. No, folder don't have any extension and all. So we have told only this much. Inside the Z drive, create this folder with this particular name. That's it. So you can go and check in your Explorer. Inside the Z drive, we created a new folder. See, new folder got created. It's a folder. If you open that one, nothing is there. It is empty. So you can manage folders also by using which module? OS module. Okay. So if you want to change the directory, if you want to know what is the current working directory, all those things we will get. So if you want to know this shell window or your output window or this Python programs and all, right now it is working with which directory. So os.getCWD. So it will show you all our programs that only we know. It is saving everything into which folder only inside the C drive to the Python folder only it is. Suppose you want to change this location. You don't want to change or you don't want to save all the files to this particular folder. You have chdir one method is there. You can use that one and you can tell what is the new location where you want to save your programs or which location it should take as the directory. Because by default, this shell window, it is taking what is the location? This Python 310 only the location it is taking, but you are telling you don't want to take that location. You can use a name like this, chdir method. Now os.getCWD if you use, it shows what is the current location now or current directory. Working directory is that Z drive, new only, new folder only it is showing for. Clear? Okay. So this is about your OS module. Once the directory is created, that you can remove using RM tree, like that one method is there that we can use it. So this is the main important. Again, you can rename your folder using the same method. Rename method we can use it. Remove method, it will not work with the folder, that is only for the files. Okay, so these are the important things available in this OS module. Okay, now OS dot. See here, if I use this get login, one method is there. It will show me what is the login which you are using. So in your computer, we have different logins. No, we can create the main login name, then another user logins and all we can create. So in that, which login you are using, that login name we can access it by using which one, get login. Okay, so that is also possible here using which one, OS. It is representing your operating system actually. Okay, and we have another important one, that is import socket. Socket one module is there. Using that socket module, we can access the IP address value. Socket dot get host name. See, now it will show you again the IP address value. Actually, it is showing the name only, but that is named as what? As a IP address, it is named in that number name. If you want to retrieve in the form of that number only, IP address value means we can write socket dot get host the host by address. This name is get host. Some mistake I'm doing. Huh? 1 second. Socket dot not host by address, is get host by name. Get socket dot get host by name. That we have to pass host name. So that was a mistake I was doing. How to mention the module name also, socket dot get host name, and it was not by address. Get host by name is the function name. So see, it will show you the IP address of this particular system. So like this, your system IP address also you can access it by using which one, get host by name, and in that we have to pass that host name as an argument. Okay, if you pass like this, then we can retrieve the IP address number by using this get host by name method. Okay, it is not only for this current system which I am working, you can use it to retrieve the IP address of any web application also. Any website IP address if you want to know, then that also possible by using this get host by name. So in this current system, how we have access is by specifying this name. Okay, if any website means that URL we have to specify it there. So www dot so like this. To get the output for this kind of logic, internet should be there. Okay, then only it can access the IP address of this particular website. If you want, you can check it with another one, socket dot get host by name, and there we can pass. So this is for that facebook.co.in, that IP address value. Their server machine IP address value only we have retrieved it there. So like this, we can access the IP addresses by using which one? Get host name. And if you want to know the number, IP address number, then the method name is what? Get host by name method is there, that we can use it to access that one in the number format. Okay, so these things is possible. We can use which module? Socket module, we can use it there. Okay, so OS module we can use for your directory management or your folder management and all. And the socket module we can use it for this networking things and all, we can use it there. Okay, now we have here one module, import keywords. Import keyword, not keywords. So now keyword dot, we have a method. So see here, we have this many keywords available here in Python according to the version of 3.10. Okay, so this only the false, none, true, these three are in capital letter starting, all others are in small letter. So in that almost all this many keywords and all we have already used it. Some we have not used yet, so that we will learn later. Okay, so these are the list of keywords available here in Python. So that how I access this, the module name is keyword, that have a variable like this kw list, keyword.kw list, we can use it and we can retrieve it. If you want to know what is how many numbers are there, you can use your LDN and use this. So it will show how many keywords are there according to Python 3.10, 35 keywords are there. Okay, so this information also you can access it there. Now another important module here we have is SYS module. Okay, in that SYS module we have a variable that is path. So how your interpreter is working. So when a program you start to execute, how it is working, the program and all, how it is searching and all, and how the execution of your program is working, the path only it is specifying here. So first anyway it will go to which folder only, that Python folder only it will go. Okay, that library file it will go, then that IDLE lib it will go. If it is not available there, then the next location it will search in this particular location. Again, if it is not available in that location, then another location is there like that. This list of items it is showing you how your interpreter is working with this Python program or execution of your Python program, how the interpreter is doing the execution. That is only we are fetched using which variable? Path variable that is available in this SYS module. Okay, so here we have so many modules available. This many modules are available. See, so many modules are there. The list of modules only here I have got. So all have .py extension. That only we learned how to create our own modules also. What we did is nothing but create a file, save the content with the .py extension, that is a module only, and how we accessed all those modules. Okay, so that is only these things it is telling you. Sys.modules there. So many modules are available here in Python. Just path, everything it is showing. See, random.py, we already used that module here. Random module is used. So that path we can refer using this modules. One variable is there from the SYS. From SYS already we have used one more thing, that is exit 0. Okay, exit 0, one function we have used there to terminate your program. We have used that function. That is also available in that. Okay, clear? Now here one other module, that is math module is there. That anyway we have not used it. Mathematical operations we can do. So math module consists of variables are there like this. Pi one variable is there. It will show you the pi value 3.1415 like that. The pi value it will show you. Now we have exponent value 2.78718. These all are constant values they have already created. Inside which module? Math module. So if you want to refer this value, we can use this variables. Pi e like that we can use it. Now we have math dot. So many. See here only you can see we have so many functions. Trigonometric functions are there. Then here we have logarithmic functions are there. All those things is available here. We have that factorial or power one function is there. We can calculate power of the value. So 2,5 if you specify, its meaning 2 raised to 5. So it will show you the output like this. Output is in the form of floating point value. We have SQRT one function is there inside that math module. If you specify SQRT of 64, it will show you the output again in the form of a decimal number like this. Okay, square root of 64 is 8 like that, it will show you. Then math dot, we have here a factorial one function is there. So we know what is the logic of factorial. See, we have a built-in function also available. We can use that function. We pass the values 5 there. Factorial of that number it is showing for you. Okay. Then if you want to round any value, a decimal value, round function is available. That is a built-in function, not any function inside this module math. So directly I can use that one. 3 point like this, a value if you pass there, it shows you the next integer part, because 3.5 more than 5 it is there means 4 value. Okay. Now here in this math we have some function, that is ceil one function is there. If I use the ceil function for a decimal number like this 3.56, the output it is showing as 4. Okay, so you have, it is rounding only actually, but it is not rounding according to the highest of 5 and lowest of 5. If suppose the number is 3.2, then also ceil function gives you an output of 4. So difference is in the positive and negative number. So if I use ceil of a negative number, minus 3.2 we have specified there. So it is a negative number. So now what is output? The integer part. That means minus 3 only it is showing. So ceil function we can define like this. If the number is a positive number, ceil will round into the highest of the integer part. So integer part is 3. Highest of integer value is 4. That output I got. If it is a negative number, then ceil function gives you the value same as the integer part. That means here I got what? Minus 3. Similar to that, we have another rounding function, that is floor. Okay, floor if you specify 3.2, it shows you what output? The integer part it is showing for you. 3 is the output for you. If you do floor 4 minus 3.2, lesser of the integer part it is showing, that is what? Minus 4. Minus 4 is lesser than minus 3, so that value it is showing. So ceil and floor, we can tell it is used for rounding the value, decimal value, but not on the basis of after decimal point, what is the value, not based on that one. It is based on whether the number is a positive number or a negative number. Okay. If it is a positive number in the ceil function, it will round into the highest of the integer part. If it is a negative number, ceil will round into the same as the integer value. If it is a floor, positive number means same as integer part, it will show you. If it is a negative number, floor will show the lesser of the integer value. Okay. And this round, it is not any function inside the math module. So no need to mention the module name and round, using the round. You can directly use it. This function is working similar to how the normal mathematical rounding rounding operations we are doing. According to that, it will work. After decimal point, if it is more than 5, it will round into the next higher part, integer value, or else it will show the same as the integer part. Okay, so that is round function. So these all things are available in the math module. Again, that has so many other methods also. You can find the modulus operation, math dot, if you specify, you can see here, ceil function that I have showed you. ABS function, what it is doing is absolute value, float absolute value, we can see ABS of a negative value if you specify, FABS of a negative value if you specify there, then it shows you what as a positive number it will show you. Okay, same manner we have the modulus operation also. All these are built-in functions available in the math module. Okay, so I hope everyone understood these all built-in modules. We have learned so many modules here in Python: random module, regular expression module, RE, then time module, date time module, calendar module. Then in the file management, we learned OS module. And in the OS only, we can manage with the directories. Okay. So directory management, how we have done using here, that only here I showed you. How to create a directory, that is mkdir. How to get the current working directory here in the shell window, get CWD. We can change that directory also. And in your computer, which login you are working, that login name we can retrieve using which one, get login method. And I showed you about socket. To retrieve your IP address value and IP address name, we can use this socket module. So get host name method, if you use, it will show your name of your IP address. And as a number, if you want to retrieve, then we have here get host by name. Current system, how we have accessed is this statement it is telling. And you can access the website address also by specifying like this. And here keywords, keyword one module is there. For that, a variable is there, which one, KW list. We can retrieve how many number of, or which are the keywords available here in this Python version. And if you want to know what is the length of that one, we have here 35 billion function I have used. And in the SYS, we have a important variable, that is path. That is only how your interpreter is executing your Python program. That path only it is showing you. First, which folder it will check, then which folder it is working. Like this, the path we are retrieved by using which function, which variable, path variable. Then if you want to know what all modules are available in that, we have this modules one variable is there. Again, that is the form of a dictionary it is showing for you. Okay, so it's a built-in dictionary value it is showing for you like this, all these things. Then I showed you about the math module. What all things are mainly available here in this math module, trigonometric, logarithmic things and all, we can use it. Plus this commonly used functions and all, power function, SQRT function, factorial. And for rounding, we have a round built-in function is there. Other than that, we have ceil, floor, this ABS function and all is available. What is the difference between ceil and floor also? Here I explained. It depends upon the negative and positive values which we have passed. It will round the value. Okay. So I hope everyone understood about this modules here in Python. You have to practice it, how to create a built-in module and how to use that import keyword. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, again, afternoon session, I will
Yeah,
take the
you can
attendance.
take.
Last 10 minutes is
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, third semester students. Akshita, Arpita,
Present, ma'am.
Bhavana,
Present, ma'am.